In the 90s, Playmates Toys made the deepest line of Star Trek action figures in history. My name's Keith, and I'm a collector working towards owning all 284. I've been a Trek fan for almost 35 years, and most people are sick of me talking about it. But somehow I've convinced my old friend Mike to review them with me on Look at My Star Trek Toys! What's up, everybody? Welcome to Look at My Star Trek Toys, a little YouTube show where Mike and I look at Star Trek toys, specifically Playmates toys, from the 90s all the way up to the current line. We have a very exciting episode for you this week. Today, we are going to be reviewing, unboxing, doing the whole thing on Playmates' new 2023 Enterprise D. But not only that, we are also going to be comparing and contrasting with the original D from the early 90s. It's going to be very exciting. Mike, you've got it in your hands. It's very exciting. Playmates is sending us a review copy, but it's not coming until a couple days
Thanks,
later.
Playmates.
And
no, we appreciate it, but
we could not help ourselves. Mike actually went on a Target adventure to get a copy of this. Mike, how you doing? How excited are you?
I'm excited, Keith. It was last week was heartening because for those of you who follow the channel, know we posted a sort of, I wouldn't say rant. It became a rant, but it was a rant/open discussion with Playmates.
I ranted a little bit
about what's going on, and we had incredible engagement, incredible amount of people letting us know what they think and what they think where the line should go. And we had a few people pop in the past few days talking about their experience with this new Enterprise D. I really appreciate those, but I did not read them. I have stayed completely unsullied. And I remember, Keith, we really enjoyed the 90s version. We have
we sure did.
Great episode up on the channel. You can search back for it. So this will be really interesting. I'm excited. It took forever to get here. I don't think it could possibly live up to the BS I went through to get it in my hands. But thanks to Target, the guy said he would overnight it, and he came through. It came that very same day. So I appreciate you, Target, even though I put you on blast. And yeah, let's do this now.
Yeah. Well, it's very exciting, and for the new viewers of the channel, because I imagine usually new people come and check on new stuff. Welcome. And we're really glad you're here. At the end, we'll talk a little bit about our patrons at patreon.com/KNM, getting all sorts of bonus nonsense. But we're not gonna beat around the bush. Let's hop into our various toy cams. This one here is the 90s one. In case you're wondering, this is my copy of the 1990s Enterprise D. That is the original box. I have kept it here. So as we look at the new box, we can actually compare and contrast with exactly what came out back in the day.
Okay, so check out that box, and then let's go ahead and just go bang.
Boom! To the new box. Obviously, they have decided to keep the retro packaging whole idea for us here. So it's got that 90s kind of a feel to it, but there's going to be some new exciting differences. Mike, let's take a look at said box. And we have a tradition here on the show. We find the typos because they're really fun.
I also have a macro cam here. Let's see if this is even working still. We haven't looked at it in a while.
Okay.
Oh, it is. Okay, great. So this is the first difference I see, Keith, is we've got a different insert photo.
Well, you want to know why? Because we have saucer separation on this version. We did not get that in the 91.
You want to give her a read, buddy?
I sure do. We've got dual light-up engines, authentic Starship sounds and I don't know why I'm busted. Highly detailed 15-inch replica of the Starship Enterprise. Saucer section separation. Display stand included. That is another change from the 90s version. We did not get a display stand, which makes it a little difficult to display without a stand. So I'm excited about that as well. Also, 3 AAA batteries included.
Was that a AA battery back in your day?
It was a AA battery back in my day, so we will take a look at all of that. Actual sounds from the Star Trek show. Cool. The sound designer's not getting a royalty for those of you keeping track at home.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
We also have, let's see here on the side.
Right, same
kind of
same
basic
picture,
design.
same info. Yep.
All right, here, same exact again. They're nothing but consistent.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. Sure, sure.
Getting anything? Nope, we're not getting anything different. So let's go ahead to the back.
Let's go to the back. Yep.
There's the kind of the wide. That's pretty good. Let's see what's the back of the box look like on your side before we get back.
Let's take a look. So the 90s box, very, very similar. Sort of the feel. Obviously, there are. Oops. Hit some of the sounds here on my 90s one there. But you can see it also came in wave 1 in the Playmates with the phaser, the shuttle, and the communicator. We in this version in 2023, it's coming with the original series communicator, which we will be reviewing shortly. And you can see that it's brought in the 2022 things, the phaser and the ship, both of which are reviewed on our channel. If you're curious, you can check out all of that below.
We don't have the communicator yet.
We don't have the communicator yet, but we will hopefully soon.
Are they sending you that? Or am I still on the hunt? Are they sending you that, or am I on the hunt still?
Unclear. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they'll send me a copy of that.
All right.
So let's take a look at what.
Why don't I
this
save
says
your
here.
eyeballs, Keith, and I'll give you the.
Please, because it's a little pixel bus over here, but it's fine.
All right. So what we have here, as you kind of look at the design, I'll give it a read for you. Log on. Beep 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 beep. U.S. Enterprise NC-1701D. Enterprise history. You compare as I'm going through this, Keith.
I am. Don't worry. I've got it here in hand.
Okay. We've got the Enterprise history, first Federation starship, yada yada, second Federation starship, third set of Federation starship, fourth Federation starship. Goes through the different.
So they make no mention of the NX-01 here.
No.
Okay.
Built by Utopia Planitia. Different. Nope. Planitia Fleet Yards, Mars, Commission 2363, current commander, Captain Jean-Luc Picard. The current USS Enterprise is a Galaxy-class starship powered by impulse and warp drive engines. It is the hallmark of spaceship design systems. The USS Enterprise is the most powerful and advanced starship the Federation has ever built. Equipped with the latest warp drive technology, the USS Enterprise can reach top speed equal to 1909 times the speed of light, the cruise velocity of the starship. Man, this is tiny. I don't have my glasses on.
No, it's all right. We're really just checking for typos. It looks pretty clean on my end here.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
And that is exactly the same
Okay.
text as I have from the 90s version. So I think they just copied and pasted that entire thing from 1992, technically, if you're keeping track at home.
All right, so you want to do the sounds now, or should we wait?
Well, do they work? Here, press a button, see if it makes the noise.
All right, let's see.
Oh, it sure does.
All right, batteries are included.
All right. Let us bust it open here. Welcome to all those who hit the chapter for opening the box, because here we are.
All right.
This is a big moment. He's cutting the tape.
All right.
What's it going to be?
Is it a toy? Actual sounds from the Star Trek show. Royalties not to Keith's family.
That's right. Uncle Jim gets nothing. Okay.
Oh, it's not a lot of pieces. We're going right.
Does it come fully formed like the 90s one did? Oh, no, it is in 2 pieces because it does split. Interesting. And it has the plastic container for it as opposed to the cardboard they did in 92.
This is how you put batteries into a thing.
Okay. Oh, they go in the thing. Similar to the original one, you have to use a screwdriver to get into it. Mm-hmm. But 92, you did not.
Let's see. That shows you how to apply the stand. It shows you how to power up demo. Oh, there's a demo area. You can turn that off, which we're going to do. Press one of the 3 buttons to activate ship sounds. Lights will come on for a few seconds.
Just a few seconds.
Okay. So
really want to figure out a way to set it up with external power and leave the lights on as a night
I'm
light.
sure that's not a hard hack. I'm not going to be able to do it, but...
No, neither one of us. So, okay, interesting. So if we actually... Let's do this side by side, because we can see there are some definite paint differences.
Okay, we made this a thing. I'm going to try it.
We did. Let's see if we can do it. All right. So if we...
Should I... Yeah, let me do that for you.
Yeah, so certainly we have yellow on the windows, which we did not have before. I think I put the sticker, the decal for the
Mm-hmm.
1701D in the wrong place. So
That is
in
definitely painted on.
92, yeah, it's painted on as opposed to stickers, which
Now,
we
let me
were
ask you,
given, which I didn't
the
put on the
sort of
nacelles.
yellowed out, there is definitely raised texture to these windows.
Yes, as oops. Oh god, ship down. It's a disaster. As there are here for these, they are raised. They're just not painted and raised.
Okay. I'm going to remove this.
Let's put her together, shall we?
Yeah.
It is interesting to see.
There are no fasteners like a lot of the figures.
No seat belts like the old days.
Nope. I imagine this is that's in there.
So it's a clear stand. That's interesting. Which is also what they did with the original series ship last year. Hey, she's out.
And we've got this little other piece to the.
Wow, that's pretty simple.
Pretty simple. I'm pretty happy with that actually. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can get some macros of this.
Okay. All right. So right off the bat, I'm noticing there's more paint detail, but less detail. There definitely have been changes. So like that's the bridge up at the top. So if you go to the 90s one, and let's just compare the bridges themselves.
Okay, you want to go side by side?
Side by side. And you can see it is different, both in the sort of level of detail, but also a little bit in the design.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. And it's funny because like there are just more differences than I expected there to be.
Now you'll see around the bridge, Keith, I want to point this out.
Yeah.
In case you can't tell, those are actually vents. So it's not just blacked paint, that's actually vented, which is kind of cool.
Are all of the little windows, the smaller ones, are those vented or are those just painted black?
The ones around the bridge and
just ones around the bridge.
Here.
Yeah.
These are vented.
Right, the larger ones.
Up here, there's checked texture. It's definitely a cutout that's painted, but it's not vented.
Right, and so they just painted some of them. Come on, I'd have to go on and like have somebody do a technical manual to determine like exactly which of these is more accurate to the show. Because they obviously
underside. Obviously, we have now the connection port, which does pass electricity through those diodes there.
Right, which is different.
You've got the screw holes, which will get hidden here, obviously.
Right.
But that is not going to, that's not going to hide these guys here.
No, which, although they're a little bit deeper in, but I think there's the same amount of them as from the 90s one. As we turtle it. Yeah, it's interesting. I really like that we get a little bit more painted detail.
Okay, let's see what we got
but
here. Shall we go to the...
All right, let's go to the drive section. Now, do the nacelles come off, or are they... I bet they're stuck on there.
Yes.
Yes, because the here, I'll show on this side, the nacelles actually came off.
Interesting.
And there's electronics in them. And so that was one of the electronic points of contact you had to make.
Yeah, they definitely do not seem as though they want to come out.
I think it's better that way. I'm not sure why they separated in the 90s version.
Let me ask you here, Keith. This is like a plastic crystalline kind of
on the deflector dish. Yeah, well, I bet that's going to light up. That is one of the major differences. If you go to our side by side here, we can see that it is red.
Oh, interesting.
On the 90s version, and blue and gold in the contemporary version. And I'm sure that both of them light up. Let me see. Well, actually, mine does not light up But that might be just a problem with my old ship, as opposed to what that does. But the detail on the nacelles, I like the fact that it's painted. The branding, you got to brand the ship. I think there was a sticker there that I didn't put on. It has less textural detail than the 90s version. It's a little smoother. All of it feels a little smoother
It
than the
feels
90s
pretty smooth.
version.
I will say it's very sleek. It's a little more. It's very light, but it's substantial in hand. I think because it's just two main pieces.
Yeah, I'd be curious to weigh them side by side. Who cares? But somebody cares.
I'm going to tell you an interesting thing that I wouldn't have thought about until actually putting it in hand. Is it actually, and I don't know that the ship was designed this way, obviously, but the ergonomics as a toy are very, very nice. I mean, it fits right in the hand. I mean, if you're a kid we would have just done this, but nowadays, you could really get some great green screen. You could really make a whole thing out of this.
Sure.
So it's very good in hand. So I think it's time probably we...
Shall we dock?
We dock it, yeah. So, like I said, this is just a really simple 3-slot.
Yep.
That's where these go in.
Not a ton of detail when it's separated.
Yeah.
Which is a
imagine
little bit
this
of a
button
bummer,
here is the button to depress it once it's attached. So
right, to connect it.
All right. See how much force this takes?
All right.
Almost none.
Great. And it feels sturdy?
Well, no. No, it does not. No. Not in any...
Does it need to click in?
I think you're right, Keith. I think I wasn't really getting it. There we go.
Gotta wait for the click.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, it's in there, but don't give it a yank.
Yeah, well, you're not supposed to do it that way. You're supposed to press the button, dummy, to release it.
I am not hitting the buttons, by the way. Okay.
So in order to separate, I think you need to press the button on the thing, as opposed to yank it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait, I think it's doing that on purpose. I think that's a docking
when you're connecting.
Sound.
Yeah, I think it is.
All right, let's go to dock cam.
Dock cam.
Yeah, I think that's a dock sound.
I mean, sure.
It must be generated by the docking and undocking.
By the connection of it. That must be what's doing it. Oh, that's cool. I mean, that's interesting. All right.
Oh, so there she is.
So, all right. So let's see let's press some buttons. Oh, all right. But before we do that, let's look at the copyright text, because everybody has a lot of feelings about that.
I'm gonna say all told, that's a pretty cool.
I have some feelings about the copyright text again.
Where is it?
Oh, where is it? Oh, on the back. I thought all those windows there was the text.
No, that is not.
It's on the bottom of the saucer section in the 90s.
It's next to it's very discreet.
Where is it? I don't even see. Oh, wow, it's buried there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad at all. Because we gave we gave Playmates a lot of crap about the copyright text on the figures. That actually feels that's pretty reasonable. I don't have any complaints with that.
Yeah.
We do, however, get a ton more screw holes on the bottom of the ship. So if you go to the side by side, oh, that light looks great though.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hold on.
All right.
Where's my button? Where's my button? Actually, I don't know. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Let's get him back on here.
So, oh yeah, no, that's great. That's a big upgrade right there. To get the deflector dish to light up. And the bridge light. Ooh, that's great. Now, does the phaser array work? Press one of the pew buttons and see if it lights up the phaser array.
That's the red guys?
No, on the top of the ship.
Oh.
I don't know if it does, but...
Yeah, these guys are lighting up too here.
What's up, Frakes? Yep. Hit one of the others? I guess not. I guess it's just painted. But But that would have been really cool. But nonetheless, I think it looks. I think that looks great. And that
Are these
stays on
guys
for a
lighting
while.
on too? These guys don't seem to be lighting up. These reds.
I don't know. Hit some more stuff.
The hell's that?
That's the computer. That's somebody typing on the keyboard.
Well, that's weak.
That's a weird one to choose as one of your sounds.
Okay, so the lights don't do anything different, but these actually are super cool. You get a really rad full LED through here. Well, no, they're just. It seems like there's one LED here.
Yeah, so mine are much dimmer, and it looks like it's only coming from one place in it, as opposed to an LED strip. That is a much improved lights.
Okay. Did they all do the same sound? Yeah. So this is a laser beam.
Right. Well, it's a photon torpedo.
Okay, so that has two different sounds. So one is a
Right. That's the phaser.
Okay, and then we get.
That's a photon. Yeah.
Now I'll mention that when the sounds are not in any way sort of correlated with the lights there, which
I see. They just sort of turn on when the sound happens.
Okay, middle button.
Right.
Okay, what's your bottommost button?
So I have 4 buttons.
Oh,
there
yeah.
are 4 buttons.
It's 3 buttons here.
Which are smaller. So I get a photon torpedo on the bottom one consistently.
Okay, so this has 2 different.
And then a phaser plus explosion on the next one up.
Okay, so on the next one I have.
Red alert. That's great.
As well as.
Computer typing. Right.
That one, Mavis Beacon.
I gotta send these to Jim. Jim made all of these sounds and nothing.
That's cool. Where's that one?
Let's go into warp. Let's go into warp on this one.
Okay, let's see if I get a warpy.
Fire.
Engage.
Engage.
Red alert. Raise
So
the
that's
shields.
just dialogue.
Lock on photon torpedoes. Fire.
So we get 4,
Engage.
2,
Red alert.
Right.
3,
Raise the shields.
4.
Lock on photon torpedoes.
So we have 5 dialogue choices.
Cool.
We have 2. We have Mavis Beacon and. I actually kind of prefer those sounds, Keith.
Yeah, you don't have a go into warp?
No. Mavis Beacon.
They chose that over going to warp. That's really interesting. This is just at warp, going to warp, phasers, and photons. I mean, honestly, I think the original sounds make a little bit more sense.
I'm going to mute myself for
However-
a second to give it a command here. Hey, Google.
Yes.
Oh, no, you're going to hear me. Hey, Google, turn off the office top light. Oh, come on, Google. She's pissed today. Hey, Google. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there it is. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's much better. Yes. That looks great. I gotta say, like that.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Like that's pretty cool. I think the biggest upgrade is definitely more light sources.
Yeah, I wish these red guys here lit up. It feels weird that they don't.
It does feel weird that they don't.
Is it possible that the connection is not sound?
I doubt it.
Like,
Because I think somebody wrote in a comment that they don't.
so where's the sound coming from? Clearly from here, because it's still.
Yeah, I think most of the stuff is in the warp drive.
So that's a separate sound. That sound we only hear when docking and undocking.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So the only thing that the connection does is connect to these
So
guys.
that's the only power source in the saucer section. I mean, that looks great though.
Yeah. Right. I think so. I think it's super cool.
I think that's a.
I have to say, I am much higher on it than my expectation.
Yeah, I mean,
The biggest downgrade is seriously the sounds, I think. The dialogue options, I don't know. I mean, I guess they spent the money on getting those
And they're just in the sound files at Paramount. Show me the battery drive, because that is different.
Well, yeah, let
It's
me get
because
the.
it's triple A's and not double A's, which is great. Probably makes it a little bit lighter. But you have to get to with a screwdriver. So do a side by side on this one, actually, because we can show, and I'm curious about all the screw holes, because look at the bottom of, oops, let me all reversed and backwards. So I only have 2 screws and no
Oh,
switches
interesting.
on the bottom.
Yeah, so there's one screw here to get into the compartment.
Right, which this, you just open it.
And these other things, I guess, must lead to the.
Oh god, and throw it across the room.
I don't know where these would take you. And then we have 2 here as well. There's a lot more
Yeah,
assembly
and
screws for sure.
well, and also 4 on each nacelle,
Yeah, you're right.
as opposed to none.
I guess that's to replace the LEDs if you wanted to.
I don't know.
There are
Who's going to replace
lot.
the LEDs on a $40 toy? Like, that's. It feels. I would love to talk to somebody on the design team
That being
to sort
said,
of
I mean,
explain
this is where
why.
this is the view, right? And we're
No,
here.
no, I don't think it. I don't think it changes the playability. Okay, cool it. I don't think it changes the playability, because you're either going to be playing with it from the top or displaying it on your bookshelf. I think that's going to look great on the bookshelf. Um, I think, and again, this would be an entirely different budget range. But if you could put in a tiny USB port on the back of that, so you could just plug it in and have it as a static light on your bookshelf, that would be great.
There's got to be a way. Okay, so we're missing a piece to this puzzle. So speaking of displaying it,
Yes, here's a complete upgrade from 0, from nothing. They eventually, in the Playmates in the 90s, eventually started including the stands with the ships, because I think the first wave came out and it was like, what am I supposed to do with this?
and it's pretty self-explanatory here. I think it's just a pop and go type of
Yeah,
scenario.
I will not make any dirty jokes about girl parts and boy parts.
Of course not. We're professionals. All right.
Professionals.
Pretty cool stand. I mean, maybe if you're going to give it a design, I mean, give it some color. But I understand the point of wanting it to be clear so it looks like it's flying.
Yeah.
And you'll probably get some reflection of the lights, would be my guess.
Maybe. While you're doing that, let me grab the NC 1701.
I should mention there is a hinge on it. So that is going to be helpful. It seems to have 3 basic positions. So that's going to be helpful. Let's see where we hook in. Keith, I was just telling the viewers that he doesn't have his headphones in. I was just telling the viewers there is three location points to the hinge.
On that, but not to height adjustments.
No, that is static. The stand is static.
Interesting. No.
Okay. Now where does it go? Oh, it looks. Oh, look. Oh, there's
It
no.
goes in the hole.
Oh. Let me show it. Yeah, there's a little guy here. But
Yep.
that doesn't seem to move, although perhaps.
Well, it doesn't need to move if the other one does.
This is where I tend to break stuff. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, very easily inserted.
Okay, great.
Gee, a little wobbly.
It's a little wobbly, but if it's on your shelf, it's not going to matter. Yeah. So go side by side, because I have it against now the other one. So here you can see the difference in the stand. Here is we actually get height adjustment.
Well, I do get 360-degree revolution. I should give you that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good.
This does as well. So, I think the same issue with wobble ability there. But, look, it lives on my shelf.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not wobbling unless the cat's involved. So, wait, where's the buttons? Okay, so the button's here. similar good lights. I mean, look, I think as before, like, have a couple of thoughts here and there, but I think the upgrades that you get from the 90s version are pretty substantial. Being able to separate the saucer section, I think, is terrific. I think the lights are vastly improved. So I think that's great. Having a stand, I think, is a big upgrade as well. Some of the little detail bits in terms of the texture of the plastic, I think I might miss that a little bit. But again, if it's on a shelf, right? If I'm playing with the sandbox, I don't care. If it's on my shelf, I don't care.
Right.
So I think it's actually pretty darn solid.
Let's see if we can get back to dim lit glory.
Dim lit, yeah, dis. I mean, we certainly have dim wit glory right here on the show.
Come on. Yeah, I really want to be able to keep the lights on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all it would take is just a little USB port in the back. You just plug the cable in on your bookshelf and just have it be going continuously. It's not a lot of power, especially with LEDs. I feel like that would definitely be doable. But I think, yeah, I'm excited to get my hands on it. Hopefully next week.
I will say the base is not clipping in as much as I wish it would. Like keeps coming apart, but.
Oh, you mean the saucer separation?
No, the plastic part of the actual base.
Oh, the stand.
But I could, I could throw a little super glue in the Gorilla Glue or whatever. But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I feel pretty thumbs up about this.
Now you're retailing about $39.99, right?
Right.
So we had this conversation last week, and the truth is, a lot of the model ships that you have to do all the detail work are a little bit more quote unquote affordable, but some of the real like collectors ships like to scale are expensive, man. The die cast ones and
oh yeah, I mean, like you could do this all the way up to $10,000 if you wanted to. But I think again, Playmates is about a certain price point as opposed to they're not trying to sell you $200 ship. They're trying to sell you $40 ship, and so I think you're getting $40 out of this for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I feel pretty thumbs up.
Yeah, I like I had mentioned, I had expected to be more lukewarm than I am, and I think I might keep this. I was talking to Keith about some of the excess toys I've been collecting. I might give away at Christmas time, but maybe not this one.
Take that, children in need.
Mine.
I feel pretty good about it. I think thumbs up on the D. Now, of course, I want some of the other ones. Everyone has a lot. Hey, quiet you.
Give me the
Everyone
Defiant.
has a lot of these.
Where's the Defiant?
I want the Defiant. I mean, Playmates made a Defiant. They made a Voyager. They're just a lot harder to get your hands on because they didn't make as many of them. So definitely want you to make a Defiant. Give us Voyager. Give us some of the ships that we don't. Everybody has several copies of them sitting around somewhere. But I think as a start, if you then can commit to going through and give us a Defiant, give us a Voyager, give us Deep Space Nine, give us the Borg Q, give us the NX-01, right? That one we don't have. Give us the Discovery, give us the ship from Strange New Worlds. Like, then I'm really excited about having a line of these.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think thumbs up. I'm giving it a thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm listening to you, but not quite, because I'm thinking about where I'm going to stick it. So,
that's what she said. All right, well, that's great. So, Mike, you want to know who else is great? That is our patrons who are supporting our show and getting a whole bunch of bonus content, including we do a Deep Space Nine review show, we do a Strange New Worlds review show, so you get access to that, but you also get access to Mike watching these shows for the very first time. We have bonus episodes, we have Ask Me Anythings. We sometimes do a live watch along with folks. We did Star Trek 5 live with our patrons.
We're gonna maybe try to get one in this month if we can. So these are your patrons. There's a lot of cool stuff. We're hoping to have more cool stuff this fall. We can't do the show without them. So if you liked any of our toy content and you haven't checked out our other shows, go check out our other shows and consider jumping into the Patreon and get all of the goodness for $1. $1 is the entry fee, and all the way up to as much as you want to give us. So,
as much as you want, yes. Yeah. All the way up to unlimited. So, but we want everybody to be able to participate and be involved. So, check that out, patreon.com/K&M. We will be back here in our regular series with more custom figures, more of the 90s figures. We review everything Playmates puts out in the Star Trek world eventually. As we get to it, we were going to get to the new communicator, hopefully soon, once we get our hands on it. But otherwise, we'll be back with our usual nonsense. Lots of great custom figures. Now, if you want to reach out to us, you can find us at lookatmystartrektoys@gmail.com, or just leave a comment here in the video. While you're here, please do us a huge favor. Give it a like. Give it a subscribe so you can always see our nonsense as it comes in. Folks, thank you so much for watching us engage the D here on I couldn't help myself.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I should be. Till then, this has been Look at My Star Trek Toys!